Hey guys, welcome back to the sad story of Emmeline Burns. I forgot where we left off. Oh yeah, we're going back to a flashback with Emily, I believe is her name. So yeah, I haven't played this in a while, about a week. I've been busy with friends, and of course you've seen a bunch of collab videos, but I'm gonna take a break with that and go back to the games I was playing, like Sounds of Her Love, and of course this game. And I'm going to get them finished. Yeah, so let's get back to this. Okay, so I guess this is Emmeline since colors. So, how's the embroidery coming in? That was a bad way to start this off. So, how is your embroidery coming along? Cornelia pouted, giving Emmeline a light shove in the shoulder. Oh, please do not ask me about my embroidery. You know better than anybody how dreadful I am at it. I have no hand-eye coordination whatsoever. Emily giggled, returning Cornelia's shove with one of her own. Cornelia, my bad. I do not understand how you could be so that terrible at sewing, Nellie. It is hardly a science. It may be simple for you, but it is not for me. So for me, engaging in activity I have no talent for is incredibly disheartening. I keep poking myself with the needle. Oh, let me see. What? No. Cornelia's pout deepened, and the other hand stood behind her back, attempting to hide them. Why do you want to see my hands anyway? Do you want to gloat? Me? Gloat? I would never. I just want to see the wounds that have been dealt to you, despite your best efforts, my dear Cornelia. So I may applaud you for your bravery. Forgive me for being so cynical. I suspect you may be making fun of me. Of course I will forgive you. You cannot keep your cynicism, given your father fancies himself as a philosopher, and it must run in your family. Indeed, he does. Our library is full of Hegel and Kant, though I doubt he understands it. Mother says he just wants to show off at dinner parties. How is he able to show off if he cannot understand the material he speaks of? It's nothing more than bluster. Mother says pendence is the key traits of a man must possess if he wishes to be successful in this world. My father is an earnest man. He could not lie if his life depended on it, especially not about philosophy. And that is why my mother worries about you. Emmeline. She said, but she has said this much before. She need not certain herself with my family. We may not be as rich as you, but what we lack in wealth, we make up for with raw talent. Are you saying I have no talent? I am saying it is somewhat sad that 14-year-old girls such as yourself still cannot sew a single comforter. Hey! Cornelia, the latter guard slip as she pondered her father's ill-faint attempts to interrogate himself with the intelligence of the age. Tried to obscure her hands behind her back once more, but it was already too late. What are you doing, Emmy? Examining your hands, as I said would. And, oh dear. Emily taunted and shook her head. Her fingers linked together with Cornelia's. Aww. They're such beautiful hands, with such smooth skin. Yet they are marked all over with red dots. It appears as though you've been used as a human pincushion. I already told you, Emmy, I have no skills when it comes to sewing. Why must you tease me so? I'm not teasing you. I was honoring your efforts. That is a bald-faced lie, and we both know it. If you had an ounce of respect for me, you would not be smiling like that. Like what? Like that. Now let go of me. But Emmeline did not. Instead, she continued to stand there, cigarettes fluttering all about her legs, attempting to peer into Coreline's grumpy little face with undisguised amusement. Emmy, I told you to let go. Why would you never listen to me? Seeing you blush is so much fun, of course. Emmy! If Cornella had the use of both her hands, perhaps she would just struck the top of Emmeline's head for her insolence. As it was, she did not, and all she could do was glare. Glare and blush. Cornella blushed a lot. That was one of the downsides of having such fair skin. That, and when she poked herself with a sewing needle, as she was prone to doing, the red welts that resulted stood out sharply, starkly, all against her milky complexion. Why are you acting so coy, Nellie? I know you enjoy my company, really. But be as you may, you're behaving rather childishly right now. I have no desire to indulge your whims. Honestly? Even those whims are your own as well? Well... Cornell let her head hang, her face turning just a shade darker. Ha ha! This was not the first time that the two girls had held hands. They had been friends ever since they were small, and they were not familiar with the sensation of the other's skin. Oh gosh. In fact, they were more well-versed with one another's bodies than one might have expected. What? What does that mean? Though their mothers would have scolded them for the unladylike manner with which they comported themselves when left alone by the lakeside, they would have been scandalized to learn of the other, more intimate actions that had taken place between the two girls. What? It had only been a month or so ago when, drunk on the hazy heat of the approaching summer, the two girls had slowly, lackadaisically, I don't know, didn't it? Shared the first kiss, not a kiss on the cheek or the temple as they had done during their babyhood, a true kiss typically shared between adults of the opposite sex. Neither of them knew who had instigated the kiss or why they lingered for so long in such a manner. Their lips pressed together, but both agreed after the fact that they had liked it. It had just felt right. As such, without giving these moments of intimacy too much thought, the two girls had continued to display their affection for one another in such a manner all through summer of 1851. It may have been uncommon for two women to engage in such kisses and caresses, but what of it? Why should they not kiss at one another if they wanted to? Lakeside was their own private haunt, their secret garden, and nothing could intrude upon them there, not even so-called common decency. That was another question. Why should it be indecent? Emmeline did not understand. She loved Cornella, and Cornella loved her, and was that not enough? If it was not enough for the rest of the world, it was more than enough for her. You know, you really are beautiful. Do you really honestly think so? Of course, I thought so from the moment I was old enough to understand what beauty is. You're one of the loveliest people I have ever seen. Is that why you like me then? Because you think I'm pretty? Maybe. We humans are fickle beings. Isn't your father proof enough of that? How cruel I mean. If you're only kissing me because you think I'm pretty, then perhaps I should reevaluate the nature of our relationship. You're nothing more than a rake. You're even worse than that awful Wedgwood boy. You would compare me to Aubrey Wedgwood? My dear Cornella, I am wounded. I am nothing at all like that boorish fop. Well, I wonder. He could be awfully insistent. It's not fitting for a young man. Of course it is not fitting. Did you know he even denied to take my hand during your mama's garden party last week? Honestly? Indeed, I would have slapped him, Nellie. It has better not happen upon us. Did you scold him? Lady Ledgewood? Of course not. Emmeline spat on the ground and did not even have the courtesy to wipe her mouth with a handkerchief afterwards. Under normal circumstances, Cornella would have scolded Emmeline, but on this score she relented. Thinking about Audrey Hedwood often made her want to spit too. She dotes on that spoilt son of hers. Why, she probably believes him to be the second coming of Christ, though he flirts with every single woman in the village, old or young. Ew. It's just... Even old ladies? What are you doing, dude? You see, Nellie, I'm nothing like Aubrey. I'd rather die than become a rover like him. Feelings for you, my dear Cornella, are molded from a different cast. You've captured my heart with your unbearable beauty, and now mine eyes can wander no further. You're my sweet red rose, newly sprung in June. Well, Cornell, flustered though she was by Emmeline's teasing, had enough wits about her to recognize that line. Are you quoting poetry at me now, Emmy? Indeed. Do you know that my love is like a melody, sweetly played in tune? Don't be an idiot. If you wish to serenade me, you could at least write a poem of your own. But I know you appreciate it, really. In all honesty, I think you're being rather foolish. I think you're playing hard to get, Nellie. You're playing hard to get, girl. I cannot help myself, though. I really do love you, Cornella. I love you so. Sometimes I fear I may go mad. What do you know of madness? I know when you are not by my side, I miss you horribly. I find myself counting down the minutes, no, the very seconds, till we may be in one another's company once more. Although I appreciate your feelings, Emmy. I love you too. Aww. That is so cute. Only Emmeline and Cornella could have continued to spend their time together in a sweet manner, smiling, laughing, or else bickering pointlessly and making one another pout. Yet always parting with words of love and kisses stolen beneath this warm summer sun. Unfortunately, such moments cannot last forever. The splendors of the summer soon faded, and the leaves began to turn brown, and the wind gave the sharp edge that made Emmeline shiver. It was also during the autumn months that Philip Burns returned home for the first time in half a year. This reunion, however, was not quite as happy as the previous ones have been. Philip Burns has always been a small man, yet he seems even smaller during the bitingly cold September. He stooped more than usual when he entered the rooms, if he entered them at all, or he had now developed a habit of lingering, ghost-like, by the threshold of his own home, as though afraid of stepping inside. It was almost as though, during the 6 months of sojourn in London, he had lost something crucial to his constitution, his sense of self, or else his soul. Philip's feet were still planted firmly upon the earth, but he was divorced from the world around him. He drifted about aimlessly, like a somnambulist, yet was restless in his dream world, incapable of sitting still for more than 5 minutes at a time. He looked at things without seeing them, the food without tasting it, held objects without touching them. Once he tried to pick up his glass during dinner. He used so little force it slipped between his fingers, smashing into pieces against the floor. Even when he spoke to Emmeline, it was without any real feeling, like he was reciting words from a play script. And Philip Bird had never been a very good actor. He's not like Cornella's father, who had so much huff and puff he could have hold down even a brick home built by the most industrious of the 3 little pigs. Philip Burns was far too honest, and that was the worst thing. It was because he was honest, man, that Emmeline knew, though he tried to keep the truth from her. Something was wrong. Something was terribly, terribly wrong. But she did not know that. She didn't know what. Are you alright, Emmy? Emmeline blinked, brushing a few strands of hair out of her face, and turned. Why do you ask? Was my face contorted in a curious manner? I suppose you could say that. You've been acting rather more disposed than usual, that's all. A cat-like smile crossed Emmeline's lips. She leaned forwards until her nose was only inches apart from her companion's, and said in hushed tones, Are you worried about me, Nellie? I was worried about you. I shall not worry any longer if you insist upon acting like that. Emmeline only giggled, unmoved by Cornella's protestations, and rearranged her hair. Seeing you blush always cheers me up, my dear Cornella. So you admit that you were feeling unhappy earlier. Just a touch. I cannot help myself. No wonder I've been acting in such a peculiar manner. You shambles about the house like an animated corpse, like the misunderstood creature from Mr. Shelley's novel. Mr. Shelley? I thought the author of Frankenstein was Mrs. Shelley, not her husband. Oh, I am unsure of the details, Nellie. First, as a woman could not have written such a twisted tale, and I do not know what I should believe. In any event, it does not particularly matter. Probably not, no. Emmeline ran a hand through her auburn curls, or at least she tried to. She soon found that her bonnet had gotten in the way of this gesture, so she untied the ribbon beneath her chin and removed the offending garment. She let down her bonnet. She let the bonnet sit in her lap, as a way a mother with a newly born babe, and played with the light green ribbon, twisting it about the wrist of her right arm. The sensation of the soft, smooth material against her skin was comforting, like a caress. To be quite honest, I have been rather concerned about Father. Just this morning, he missed his stair during his descent to the hallway and sprained his ankle. Could have broken his leg. But he did not? No, he did not. He does look rather undignified now, though, limping everywhere like an invalid. Oh, Emmy. Emmeline shifted, still playing with the ribbon of her bonnet. The look of Cornella's face was too somber. I say somber for a playful forced sprite such as herself, and it was unsettling. She did not want to think about her father. She had retreated to the Linton estate, despite the protestations of Miss Warren. You have not finished your history yet. Listen, Emmeline, I doubt you could tell Queen Elizabeth apart from the hole in the ground. so she could avoid thinking about her father. This was rather new for Emmeline. She had always loved being with her father. Now she found herself seeking any recourse available to avoid him. Seeing him like this, so small and sad, shuffling about his home like a repentant sinner, was too painful. When you return home, would you give your father my regards? Mother is awfully concerned about him. And you too, Emmeline. Emmeline. Beatrice would be concerned. She really loved poking her nose into other people's business. She is not doing it because she enjoys idle gossip. You should know better than anyone that my mother deplores that kind of behavior. She believes it to be the most unpleasant. I keep forgetting this. She could not help but feel worried. Given what she read in the paper lately, her family has a great deal invested into the East Italian Railways, do they not? Do not talk to me about Mrs. Nellie. I can't understand it at all. I'm sure you could if you tried. You have been raised to behave that you should not bother. Gosh, you sound more and more like your mother every day. Emmeline inhaled, tightening the ribbon around the bonnet around her wrist so much it started to hurt. Though the material soft, intended for wear by young women with silken skin, had never worked a day in their privileged little lives, it chafed when she wound as such about her wrist. It was strange, Emmeline mused, how something as incautious as a ribbon could cause harm when it was used with such malicious intent. This world was much more dangerous than she had ever truly given it credit for. Even the lake, which she had often gazed upon with Cornelia, could be hiding some sinister secrets within its depths. I apologize, Nellie. I did not mean to snap at you. I have been rather highly strung as of late. It must be because of the atmosphere at home. Do not fret, Emmy. I understand. You do? Not entirely, but I will try. I do care about you, after all. Thank you, Nellie. Two girls look at one another, unusually shy, hesitant, their faces slightly flushed. Come on. Then with a thought, Cornelia leapt forwards, brushing the tips of her fingers against Emmeline's wrist. You should not do that. What? Get off your bonnet like that. Because it is unbecoming of a lady? Because you're hurting yourself. Your poor little hand has gone white. The blood cannot flow through your body properly if you impede it like that. Your hands, by contrast, still appear to be red, Nellie. Emmeline giggled and began to unwind the ribbon from about her wrist. Are you still yet to master the secret art of the cross stitch? But that is neither here or there. I'm trying to comfort you, Emmeline, and you have been doing a wonderful job. Gazing upon your many imperfections always cheers me. You're so cruel, Emmeline. Sometimes I feel like you do not truly love me. You just love toying with me. Now, where did you get a silly idea like that? Emmeline smiled with touch less sarcasm than before and leaned forwards. Then, moving quickly, as a kittiwake might pluck a fish out of water, press a cast a kiss and goes against the corner of Cornelia's lips. I love you more than ever. Nothing could quell my feelings for you. Not a raging storm, nor a howling wind. Cornelia pressed one hand against her cheek gingerly. The spot where Emmeline had kissed her tingled felt much like being poked with a sewing needle. The sensation Cornelia was depressingly familiar with, yet it was not unpleasant. Your blushes truly are beautiful, Cornelia. They would even outdo the roses in the midst of summer. Makes me wish I could kiss you every single second of the day, if it would always elect with such a lovely response. I do not think my heart would be able to cope with such constant slew of affection. You would kill me, Emmy. And what better way would it be to die than to be kissed fervently by a girl you love, and with that a light giggle even breezier than that of coastal air. And with a giggle even breezier than that of the coastal air, Emmeline pressed another kiss against the side of Cornelia's mouth. You know, you should ask for permission before you do that. I'm not quite as hungry for affection as you are. So you say, but you did not offer much resistance. That sounds like something Aubrey would say. Never! You would not seek to compare me to that cur again, would you, Nellie? I'm simply saying what I say when I see. Claim is like Aubrey, but you grow more like him with every passing day. That's a lie. Libel. Slander. Take that back. No. Take it back, I said. I refuse. Well, I insist. Well, if you want to change my mind, you'll have to insist harder than that. Alright then, how's this? With devilish glit in her eyes, which have been evidence enough for only a couple centuries past to try her as a witch, Emmeline shifted towards her and began her merciless assault. William of Normandy, as he drove back the armies of Harold Godwinson during the Battle of Hastings, could have conceived such brutality. Emmy, stop that! Cornelia kicked and squealed, pushed back against the ground as by Emmeline's sudden siege, but it was to no avail. Emmeline had the element of surprise on her side. She had taken a clear advantage. Cornelia blinked upon Emmeline, squirming like a hooked fish, as Emmeline sat astride her, skirts rocked up her thighs, her fingers trailing lines across Cornelia's poor body, beneath her chin, under her arms, against her sides. Was there any more tactic, more vicious, more wicked, more devious than that of tickling? And this was not just any tickling, no. This was extreme tickling that will surely end in bloodshed. Emmy, stop! Get off me! Cornelia implored breathlessly, choking the words between her pursed lips, but the indomitable Emmeline remained unmoved. No, I will not. Not until you recant what you said. That you are like Aubrey? Indeed, admit it would be to be nothing more than a lie, and I may spare your life. No, never! I stand upon my word. And I will stand upon my actions. I will not stop until you surrender, Nellie. I warn you, I can be very persuasive when I want to be. My eyes hardening like the steel of the sword blade. Emmeline dipped her head and began to press kisses against Cornelia's neck. Cornelia's dress had begun to slip down her shoulders, and there's a good deal of pale pink skin on show, more than it would have been deemed socially acceptable. Ah, you rogue! You would attack a helpless young girl? Only because this helpless young girl is attempting to defile my honor. So you would seek to defile me? Well, I wonder. Cornelia squealed as though she had been doused in water, and redoubled her efforts to escape, but it was all in vain. The girls continued to bicker playfully, giggling, even as the warmth of the sun began to dissipate. Numb chill settled into the air. At that moment, as the day drew close, the two girls may have believed, with their rumpled clothes and disordered hair and flustered cheeks, that this could last forever. Alright, let's end it right there. That's been about half an hour. Okay, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. See you in the next video. Bye bye!